Hey, Sheila Kamuda here, and I'm your culture champion. And I'm here to answer some questions that people have in the workplace and even beyond. A lot of these things can relate to personal life as well as the workplace. And so a question has come up about a bad day and if tempers flare, and perhaps you're in a meeting and everybody's caring very much about a certain project, and there's disagreement. And a lot of the times I find in companies, uh, people have a problem disagreeing. They feel like that's conflict. They don't like the conflict. They're afraid to state their opinions. They're afraid they're going to hurt somebody's feelings. And so they skirt around the issue, and then sometimes feelings do escalate and it becomes a problem. And perhaps there's some tensions. Maybe you resolve it at the meeting, but people kind of leave. They're a little awkward. Maybe you said something you shouldn't say, even if you apologized at the meeting. So what do you do about that? How should you feel about that? So I want to say number one is that is really okay. I mean, and it should be encouraged not to argue or to be aggressive, but aggressive is not assertive, and it's okay to be assertive and state your case and let everybody speak. It's very important to respect everybody. Everybody has the floor at a certain point. But here's the thing, if you walk away from that meeting or whatever it is, and you're still thinking about it, and there's a saying, everybody's heard it, it's really true, what you focus on grows. So if you focus on what's going on in that meeting and the terrible feelings that happened and this person said this to this person or whatever it is, it will just continue to grow. It'll just stay there, and you won't be able to get rid of it. Do not rent space in your head for that. Think of those situations as a gift. That's what I would say. Instead of thinking of them as, oh no, what did I do? How did that happen? Whatever. Think of them as a gift, because we're all here to learn. We're all here to figure out how to be better. And sometimes we can't be better if we don't go in a different direction. I mean, we can't be perfect all the time. That's that's just impossible. That's not a good expectation at work or anywhere. So you want to think of it as a gift and think of it, okay, how can I be a more mindful listener the next time? How can I get my point across but still listen to other people? So it's always a gift. We're always learning, and that's really very important. So instead of focusing on what went wrong, start to think about, okay, that's past, that's done, and how can I be the best version of myself? And how can I use this as a gift and learn from it the next time? Or maybe I believed in what I said was correct, and maybe how I said it wasn't perfect, or maybe I could have done it differently. It really doesn't matter. It's really all okay. Don't be so hard on yourself. This is how we get through things. And when you work in a company for a long time, it's sort of like a family. Families do argue, and hopefully they come up with a solution. And here's the key. You probably have the same goal as the next guy sitting at that table. And it's just you're expressing it perhaps differently. And it's really important to remember what that goal is, and that's what you're fighting for. It's not personal. You're fighting to make the product better or the customer happier or whatever it is. That's the goal. The goal isn't whether you're right. That's not the goal. And so we don't want to lose sight of that either. And also, it's really very important to be thankful. So what can you be thankful for? Like, really? Well, if you work in a company where they pride themselves on a good value and good culture system, then you can be thankful that you can be your authentic self at work. You could be thankful that you are allowed to have diverse points of view and perspectives, and you're allowed to bring them forth in meetings. That's amazing. That's wonderful. You could be thankful that there are people around you that you might learn something from, and you might give something back to them as well. So it's very, very important, again, to recap, when you've had a bad day, don't focus on it or it will grow. Don't rent space in your head for it. Think about it as a gift and what you can learn from it, and then move forward, move on, and then be thankful that you are a diverse person and you have a point of view and you want to share that. So I hope this helped, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks.